Hello everyone and welcome back to PhytoPathoVerse. I'm Malini Ray, molecular plant pathologist with a motto to make plant pathology easy. With ASRB NET 2025 approaching, today we will be discussing the previous year question paper of 2023. Question number 1. Rice blast was first recorded from China. So, this rice blast, it was first reported as rice fever from China in 1637, later from Japan in 1704. Okay, next, which of the following is a pyrimidine fungicide? It will be erythrimol. Question number 3. Induced systemic resistance, that is ISR, signaling molecules are jasminic acid. If in case of ISR, the question would have been asked SAR, that is systemic acquired resistance, in that case the answer would have been salicylic acid, SA. Okay. Question 4. Systemic acquired resistance. Okay, we have it as our next question. So for SAR, the answer will be salicylic acid. Okay, question number 5. Host specificity of plant pathogenic bacteria at pathover level is determined by AVR genes. Question 6. Anthracnose causing fungi. Normally, we see the fungi, the genera which cause anthracnose disease is Colletotrichum, right? But Glomerella, Alcino, Colletotrichum, all these three are the fungi that cause anthracnose. Question 7. Parts of microscope that is not related to optical lens. That will be body tube. Okay. Question 8. Rootstock responsible for the spread of Citrus hexacortis. We have studied it many times that the indicator host, right, the indicator plant for Citrus hexacortis is trifoliate orange. So the option here, it will be option D, Ponycitrus trifoliatis. Question 9. Simple microscopic lens was discovered by Anton van Leeuwenhoek. Question 10. Which of the following is not associated with powdery mildew? We will see the options. Spherotheca, yes, the genera of powdery mildew. Podosphaera, again yes. Uncinula, yes. Option D is not. Sphaceloma, this is not the genus associated with powdery mildew. Question 11. Which of the following diseases and their combinations are incorrectly matched? Look the questions properly. Somewhere they will ask correctly matched, somewhere they will ask incorrectly matched. Now let's see. Option A, rice, sheath blight, rhizoctonia. Correct. Barley, kernel bunt, Tillandsia. Yes, correct. Sorghum, Orchot, Sphacelotheca. Okay, this seems to be not correct. Let's see option D. Legumes, charcoal rot, Macrophomina, right? Macrophomina physolina. Option D is correct. So only option C is not right, because Orchot, it is caused by what? Claviceps. Okay. Question 12. Which of the following viral diseases and vectors are incorrectly matched? Option A, fern leaf of tomato, aphid. Option B, cucumber green mottle mosaic, aphid. Option C, okra yellow vein, whitefly. Option D, golden mosaic of French bean, aphid. So option D is not correct, because golden mosaic of French bean is transmitted by whitefly. Question 13. Which of the following is incorrectly matched? Bacterial disease and their causal agent. Option A. Fuscus blight, Xanthomonas campestris pathover fescens. Option B. Blight of pea, Pseudomonas syringae pathover pisci. Option C. Stalk rot of cabbage, Erwina keratovora. Option D. Scab of potato, Streptomyces scabies. Now the question asked which is incorrectly matched. It will be stalk rot of cabbage, Erwina keratovora. Because stalk rot of cabbage, it will be Pictobacterium keratovora. For this to cause disease like Erwina keratovora, the disease is stalk rot of maize. Next question. First bacterial disease discovered in India. This is, you need to highlight and see it in the question paper, because first bacterial disease discovered is fire blight of apple and pear, right? But in India, the answer will be Bengal blight of potato. Question 15. Which of the following is correctly matched pathogen and disease pair? Here they have asked correctly matched. Okay. In few of the previous questions we have seen they have asked incorrectly. So go with the questions properly. Option A. Constant phytoplasma. Not right. See, they have replaced it, like corn smut is caused by spiroplasma, pear decline is caused by phytoplasma. So option A and C not right. Let's see option D. Banana bunchy top, rickettsia. Not right, correct, because banana bunchy top is caused by a virus. For rickettsia, the disease, it should be papaya bunchy top. So only one correct match we have here is chrysanthemum stun caused by viroid. Question 16. The PR2 protein is associated with which property? Beta-1,3 glucanases. Question 17. First report of development of resistance is associated with which of the following combinations? The first report is antibiotic bacteria. Which one is it? Penicillin, right? Question 18. Which of the following is known as Kittleson's killer? The answer is Captain. This is a what? Fungicide. Question 19. Ecology of the pathogen is related to element of epidemic. Question 20. In which disease control protection of plants through fungicides come under? Okay, so see, they have written protection means the measurements taken before the disease is caused, right? So the answer will be prophylactic measures. Prophylactic measures means the preventive measures. All the other options like curative measures, therapeutic and rocking, these are the management methods which can be taken after the disease has come. Okay. Question 21. In plant virus classification, highest level taxon is? Among the options given, answer will be kingdom. But actually the highest level of taxon in virus classification, it is realm. Let me write it. It is realm. REALM. Okay. Question 22. Streptomycin is produced by Streptomyces gracie. 23. Which of the following is incorrectly matched regarding antibiotic and their mode of action? Penicillin murin biosynthesis inhibitor, correct. Erythromycin 50S ribosomal subunit, correct. Tetracycline inhibit what? tRNA. Only option C is not right. Question 24. Site of RNAi action in plants taken place where? In cytoplasm. Okay. You know why cytoplasm? Because RNAi is RNA interference. In this process, they either stop the transcription or the translational step, right? But they mainly target to stop the process of translation, which is taken place in cytoplasm. That is why normally we say the site of RNA action in plant is cytoplasm. Question 25. Which of the following is not a necrotrophic pathogen? Necrotrophic means what? They will kill the tissue of the, means death of cells or death of tissue, right? For Pythium, Sclerotium and Phytophthora, yes, blight, they will cause spots and all. But for Aedes aegypti polygyny, it is the genera for powdery mildew, and powdery mildew is obligate. So this will be the answer. Question 26. Switching mechanism in Ralstonia solanacearum between virulent and avirulent stages is by PHCA. Okay. 27. Yellow disease of ginger is caused by Fusarium. Question 28. Number of rings present in flagellar apparatus of gram-negative bacteria. How do I remember it? Gram-negative means they are missing something, right? So in that case, answer will be 4, because we normally get confused between whether it's 2 rings or 4 rings. So in case of gram-positive bacteria, the word positive is there. So they already have something with them. In that case, it will be 2. But in case of gram-negative, they already are missing. So they will need more rings. So the answer will be 4. This is just a method of remembering. Okay, that is not the actual concept. Okay, question 29. AUDPC is calculated by considering number of disease observations, disease severity at each time, and rate of epidemic. Question 30. In AUDPC, dash are used for comparison of epidemics by the same disease. It will be option A, that is disease progress curve. Question 31. Resolving power of compound microscope is determined by the formula. You have to learn the formula. It will be this. Resolving power is wavelength by 2 into numerical aperture. Question 32. Resolution of transmission electron microscope 10. What is the resolution power? It is 0.1 nanometer. Question 33. Magnification of SEM, scanning electron microscope. It is 75,000 to 1 lakh times. 34. Endospores of bacteria are resistant to temperature up to 120. 35. Endospore, which is biologically inactive and viable state of dormancy, is called cryptobiosis. 36. Number of seeds produced by striker. It ranges between 50,000 to 5 lakh seeds. Okay. 37. Hollow stem of cauliflower is caused due to boron deficiency. Again, 38. Black heart of potato is caused by lack of oxygen. 39. Which of the following is not due to high temperature? Apple scald, water core of apple, blossom and rot, sun scald of fleshy fruits. Okay. Water core is due to high temperature. C also D. Okay, see your blossom and rot. Normally we get to see blossom and rot is caused due to calcium deficiency, right? But it is also caused due to high temperature. So this is not the answer. The answer is apple scald. Okay, all the three options here are caused due to high temperature. Question 40. Genus having dichotomously branched with acute angles and tapering pointed tips producing sporangia. It is Perennospora. Question 41. Principle of separation of molecules in electrophoresis is based on the molecular weight. The higher molecular weight, it remains closer, whereas the lower molecular weight, it travels longer in gel electrophoresis. Okay. Question 42. Trap crop for broom rape. It will be flax or linseed. Question 43. Fly fungus is which mushroom? It is Entomopthora. Okay. In Utpal Kumar, you will see the same question. In that case, you will see the option as Amanita muscaria. Okay. In this also, they have only given the genus as the option. It will be Entomopthora muscaria, the full fly fungi. Also, we can see option as Amanita muscaria. Okay. Question 44. Pathogenicity determinants secreted through which type of secretion system? Pathogenicity we can see in type 3 secretion system. Question 45. Tobacco necrosis virus TNV is transmitted by. Okay, so here the option will be A. Olpidium brassicae. Question 46. Five kingdom classification was given by Whitaker. Question 47. Black arm face is associated with which disease? It's angular leaf spot of cotton. Question 48. Internally seed-borne bacterial disease. Now when we say internally seed-borne, we jump into answering choosing loose spot of wheat, but they have asked bacterial disease, and loose spot of wheat is fungal disease, right? So for bacteria, internally seed-borne is black rot of cabbage and crucifer. 49. Which of the following is incorrect about plant viruses? That is only RNA as genetic material, because we know a lot of viruses which have DNA as their genetic material, right? So option B is not correct. Question 50. Bdellovibrio infects gram-negative bacteria. 51. First registered bacterial bioagent. It is Agrobacterium tumefaciens K84. 52. Structure of DMV molecules first observed using X-ray crystallography. It is Rosalind Franklin. 53. In which part of seed kernel burnt of wheat present as seed-borne infection? For kernel burnt, it will be pericarp. Okay. Next, hot water treatment is used for management of loose spot of wheat. 55. Now, loose spot of wheat is, yes, internally seed-borne. 56. Satellite particle, satellite virus. Okay, when they are able to encode their own coat protein. Question 57. Phytoplasma belongs to, see, now it will belong to firmicutes. Okay, previously there was a classification in which phytoplasma, they belong to tenericutes, but again it is reclassified and now it belongs to firmicutes. Question 58. Father of Indian plant pathology, E.J. Butler. 59. First textbook of plant pathology in India written by. This India, wherever they will ask India, you have to highlight and see that through. It will be E.J. Butler. Question 60. Residue of Ralstonia solanacearum is associated with moco or bacterial wilt of banana. 61. Fusarium oxysporum associated with disease of banana. Which disease of banana? Panama wilt. 62. St. Anthony's fire is associated with Clavices purpurea. Okay. Next, 63. Common scab of potato is caused by Streptomyces scabies. 64. Branched mitochondrial crystalliny is a characteristic feature of ramming cristates. 65. Buck eye rot of tomato is caused by Phytophthora. 66. Which of the following is incorrectly matched pair regarding exotic disease introduced in India, which is not given right? Rust of coffee, Sri Lanka, correct. Flax moth of wheat, Australia, yes. Powdery mildew of rubber, Malaya, yes. Red gum of sterility mosaic, it's not from Europe. Now next, viroids are located in mesophiles and vascular tissue. Okay. 68. Damping off of cashew nut seedlings is not associated with this Qualticum or Pellicularia. 69. Which of the following is incorrectly related to Zarvera diseases? It is foot rot caused by Fusarium. It's not right. Question 70. Alternative pathway for oxidation of glucose under stress. It's pentose pathway. 71. Etiology of club root of cabbage was established by Voronin. 72. Parenthesome are present in Basidiomycota, but it is present actually where? It is present, we can see parenthesomes in Dolichopore septa, and Dolichopore septa is seen in Basidiomycota. 73. Intercellular movement of virus in plants is through Plasmodesmata. 74. Spore produced by fusion of two morphologically similar gametangia. It is zygospore. 75. Which of the following is not a host selective toxins? It's cercosporin. There are lots of examples of host specific toxins and non-host specific toxins. Learn it, okay? 76. Whiptail of cauliflower is caused due to molybdenum deficiency. 77. Tundo disease of wheat is the association of bacteria, that is Clavibacter tritici, and which one will be the nematode? Nematode is Angina tritici. Okay. 78. Establishment of virus in field is most effective when seed transmitted virus is present in embryo. Why? Because if it was present in seed coat, pericarp or endosperm, then the virus might have fallen off while transmission or something. But if it is in the embryo, which is inside the seed, so there is a chance of establishment of virus more. The chances, the probability is more. 79. Pineapple smell in sugarcane is produced in Seth rot. Caused by what? Ceratocystis paradoxa. 80. The retrogressive evolution is related to option A, that is parasite save energy and labor by retrogressive evolution. Question 81. Most destructive phase of bacterial leaf blight of rice is what? Chrysic phase. Okay. 82. Which of the following conditions does not come under endophyte? Option D, organism forming special structures inside plant tissue. 83. Peach leaf curl disease is caused by Taphrina deformans. 84. Members of Deuteromycotina are the dustbin groups, and in that we have all the asexual stages. We can also say it as anamorphic stage. Okay. 85. Diseases caused by molecules. Under molecules, what will come? The phytoplasma, spiroplasma, mycoplasma. So the answer is coconut lethal yellowing. 86. Organization for classification of virus. It will be ICTV. Okay. International Committee of Taxonomy of Viruses. Previously it was called ICNV, that is International Committee for Nomenclature of Viruses, which was first established in 1966, but later on it was renamed as ICTV, that is International Committee for Taxonomy of Viruses, and it was re-established on 1973 or 1974. Somewhere it's written 73, somewhere they mention 74. Okay. 87. Antibiotic used for management of fungal pathogens. It's casugamycin. 88. Hortic net is produced by ectomycorrhiza. 88. Multi-lines are, let's see, option A, same genetic basis of inherit of resistance. No. Possess horizontal resistance gene. No. Option C, possess vertical resistance gene against different strains or races of pathogen. Correct. Question 89. Quarantine Act passed in India when? 1914. The Quarantine Act, the name was what? DIPA, D-I-P-A, Destructive Insect and Pest Act, in 1914. Okay. Question 90. Microorganisms colonizing immediate vicinity of seed is spermosphere. 91. PTGS method. It is actually a method of RNA interference, but this is we get to see this PTGS in case of fungi. Okay. Question 92. First book related to polluting environment. It's Silent Spring, written by Rachel Carson. 93. Slope of disease progress curve is used to calculate what? Epidemic rate. 94. Who gave the final blow to theory of spontaneous generation in plant pathology? Anton de Berry. How? The germ theory of diseases was established by Louis Pasteur in 1850s, okay, and later extended by Robert Koch in 1880s. It disapproves the theory of spontaneous generation. Later what happens in 1950, Anton de Berry, while working on etiology of late blight of potato, which was actually the start of our plant pathology, it has joined the list by establishing fungi, which is the cause and not the result of disease. So the spontaneous generation was technically proved wrong by Anton de Berry. Question 95. Marker assisted selection, MAS. What it is? What it reduce the time for varietal development. Okay. 96. Role of salts in nucleic acid extraction of viruses. It is removal of extra nuclear material. 97. Diameter of bacterial cell. See, the question they have asked diameter. So diameter, it will be 0.2 to 1.5 micrometer. But what will be the length? We have to remember both the diameter and the length of a bacterial cell. So the range of the length is 3 to 5 micrometer. Okay. 98. Size of filamentous rod-shaped viruses. It ranges from 400 to 2000 nanometer. 99. The rate of respiration in resistant plant varieties will. Now we have studied that the rate of respiration, it changes or it increases whenever there is a disease. Okay, but what will happen if the plant is resistant? So initially it will increase, but then slowly decrease because it is resistant plant. Question 100. Storage product of fungi. For fungi it is glycogen. But this is also important, mycolaminarin. Why? Because this is the storage product of oomycetes. Okay. 101. Question. Storage product of bacteria. So we have seen glycogen, we have seen mycolaminarin. Now for bacteria, the storage product is beta hydroxybutyrate. Question 102. Which of the following disease caused by spiroplasma? Okay, pear decline is by phytoplasma, phyllodes phytoplasma, which is from again phytoplasma. The answer is citrus stubborn. Next question. 10 toxin, a cyclic tetrapeptide produced by Alternaria solani, Alternaria alternata, Pseudomonas syringae or Pseudomonas fluorescens. The answer is Alternaria alternata. Next, World Trade Organization was established in which year? 1995. Okay. Next, first plant resistance gene isolated was HM1 and by whom? Briggs and Walton. Okay. Next, cell wall of Oomycota majorly consists of, just discussed few minutes later, it's mycolaminarin. Question 107. Spheroplast is present in gram-negative bacteria, but what will be present in case of gram-positive? That will be protoplast. Spheroplast is for negative, protoplast is for positive. Next, microcyclic rust consists of following stages. There are so many stages present in rust cycle. So for microcyclic, the stages will be TB, teleospore and basidiospore. Okay. Next, who got Nobel Prize in Physiology and Chemistry for discovery of prions? It is Prosener. Next, elementary corpuscles are present in L-form bacteria. 111. Principle behind increasing temperature in soil solarization. Okay, this is a cultural practice that we get to see in field. So why it is done? Because it traps the heat from sun and it use for keeping the soil warm, and they use polythene sheets for that. Okay. So the principle is trapping the heat. That is the principle. 102. Autoclave helps in sterilization. Works on principle. Which principle? Now anybody can guess it can be because of the temperature or pressure. Which one? It is actually both are required, increasing the pressure and increasing the temperature, but which actually kills the microorganism? That is the high temperature, not the pressure. Okay. Question 113. Fully settling disease in rice is Bakane disease. 114. Which of the following relates to the partial stem parasite? Partial stem parasite. Achha, they have given the families, okay, options of the families. So it will be Crofulariaceae. Okay. Next, 115. Which of the following helps in transmission of viruses between plants? As a transmitter, daughter is used for transmission of viruses. 116. Cynocytic mycelium is present in, cynocytic means acceptate mycelium. Okay, so it is seen in case of Oomycota. 117. Taxon protozoa has been segregated from which group? From Protista. Okay. Okay. 118. Fusarium is what? Fusarium is sexual stage or asexual stage? Now, okay, here which one is sexual, which one is asexual? Teleomorph is sexual, anamorph is asexual. So fusarium is asexual stage, that means anamorphic stage. 119. Ganoderma is associated with which disease? Basal and rot. 120. Bacteria secretion system common in gram-negative bacteria. Where we get to see gram-negative bacteria? In type 2 secretion system. 121. Next, bioverse of Ralstonia solanacearum are differentiated based on utilization of sugars and sugar alcohols. 122. Nucleic acid content of viruses ranges 5 to 40, whereas the protein content of viruses, it will range from 60 to 95, this one in case of protein. For nucleic acid it's 5 to 40. Okay. Next, strobilurins group of systemic fungicide were first extracted from what? Wood rotting mushroom. Next, 124. The systemic fungicide carboxin resistance in fungus is by modifications of, normally they have asked the mode of action of carboxin. Okay. Now carboxin is a pathogen, carboxin is a fungicide of oxanthin group, and the mode of action for oxanthin group is SDHI, that is succinic dehydrogenase inhibitor. So the answer is option A. Next, 125. Image analysis of disease severity over time is done by multispectral scanning. Next, haploid phase is alternates with diploid phase in life cycle of fungus is called as diplobiontic. 127. Tyndallization process or sterilization refers. Now tyndallization process, we know it's 100 degrees Celsius for 3 consecutive days. We have to check both the temperatures and also the number of days. So option A is correct. Question 128. Envelope in enveloped viruses is made up of lipid layer of with glycoprotein. Okay. Okay, next, 129. Type of disease progress curve for monocyclic disease. For monocyclic, it is saturation curve. For polycyclic disease, it would have been sigmoid. 130. Rate of inoculum increase for late blight of potato. This is important. Now this rate of inoculum, the question can also come as the disease increase or epidemic rate, however it can come. So see, first I will say the answer. For late blight of potato, it will be 0.3 to 0.5 units per day. Somewhere you will say see the direct option as 0.4 units per day. So that will be the correct. Here they have given the range. Somewhere they will directly give the option 0.4 units per day. Now, late blight of potato is what? Which type of disease? It is polycyclic disease, right? So we will come one by one. For monocyclic disease, the rate of inoculum, it is actually 0.2 units per day. Okay. For polycyclic disease like late blight of potato, we have more examples of polycyclic disease, right? The rust, powdery mildew. Okay, so the overall range for polycyclic disease is 0.1 to 0.5 units per day. Okay, now we also have one more, that is polyatic disease. In that case, rate of inoculum, it will be 0.2 to 2.3 units per year. Okay, so check the questions accordingly. Next, 131. Vertical resistance is governed by, vertical resistance means what? It is race specific resistance, means single gene or monogenic. Okay, for multiple gene, it will be what? That will be horizontal resistance. Okay. 132. Thyroid disease of rice is due to zinc deficiency. Headquarters of DPPQS, it's in Faridabad. Next, omicities can be controlled through metalaxyl. 135. The word quarantine comes from Italian word quaranta, meaning now quarantine, we normally get confused between 14 and 40, but remember the answer is 40, not 14. How we have been quarantined in case of COVID, that is not the actual thing. Okay, remember 40. Next, cross protection is carried with mild stain of the same virus. 137. Gene for gene hypothesis was proposed by H. Flor. Question 138. The disease occurs irregularly in moderate form and confined to particular area. It is endemic. Okay, endemic. One example of endemic is potato wart disease, where in Darjeeling. Okay. 139. In aphid vector, multiplication of viruses in insect vector body is known as propagative. Okay. 140. Vertifolia effect is due to the breakdown of which resistance? Horizontal resistance. Learn it, okay? Vertifolia effect is what? Continuous use of vertical resistance. It breaks down the horizontal resistance. Okay. 141. Multipartite nature of virus helps in variability. Okay. Next, 142. Viruses that infect fungi are known as mycoviruses. Then what will be bacteriophage? It is the viruses that infect bacteria is bacteriophage. Then Bdellovibrio is what? The bacteria which infect the plant pathogenic bacteria. That is Bdellovibrio. Okay. Then what will be cyanophage? Cyanophage, the virus which infect blue-green algae. Okay. Next, 143. Dash initiates synthesis of nucleic acid molecules in PCR by specific and complementary pairing, that is primer. 144. Quantity of spray in ultra low volume spray. They have asked ultra low. That's why it will be 5 to 50 liter. If they would have asked low volume spray, not ultra low, only low, then it will be 100 to 120 liter. 145. Indian scientist initiated systemic study of fungi in India. Which Indian scientist? KR Kirtikar. 146. Genera which is not associated with rust. Okay. Phacospora, yes, genera of rust. Ravenaria, yes. Cerotelium, yes. Option C is not the genera for rust. 147. pH of acidic rain is what? Below 4.6. Question 48. Which of the following disease or symptom is not caused or produced by agrobacterium? Now agrobacterium normally cause what? Gall, right? So option A and D to wrong. Now root hair, yeah, sometimes, but canker obviously no. So this is the odd one out. Okay. Next, the fruit canker of guava is caused by Pestalopsis specidie. Okay. Last, 150. Vascular wilt is monocyclic. All the wilts, all the soil-borne pathogens, they are monocyclic diseases. Okay, so that's all for today. We will be back soon with something new and exciting. Till then, keep learning, keep growing, and all the best for the exam. See ya.